What's going on, everybody? It's your boy Jobbers and Goons. Shout out to everybody showing love and support. Make sure to run the likes up. If we get this to 250 likes, another Warhammer 40K related crossover video will drop. You guys have been showing a lot of love on those. And let's definitely run the views and likes up, as well as comment down below your favorite part of the video, as well as who you want to see next. You guys also hit the like goal on the Doctor Doom for part 2 video, so we will be bringing that back in a couple days. But anyways, shout out to everyone that helped me get over 20k subs. And go check out all my content that I've dropped over the last few days. I've dropped a lot of content, and if you don't have the notification bell turned on, make sure to do so, because I drop daily content, and I'm super excited for the future. So definitely tune in, and thank you to everyone who's been along for the ride. But anyways, getting into this, our crossover event today for Warhammer 40K, which, as you guys know, is becoming quickly one of my favorite verses ever. We have Kratos from God of War being outcast to the Warhammer 40K universe. In order to save his son and others from destruction, he was agreed to be banished from the reality he's in. As a result, storm through space-time, ends up in Warhammer 40K. How would it turn out if Kratos ended up in this universe? What would go down? How successful would he be? Who would he align with? All these things we're going to answer. I hope you guys are excited and buckle up for the ride. Now, what is Kratos capable of? We need to discuss that. Kratos can go toe-to-toe with gods and beings alike that have 5D to 5D plus and even up AP and scaling. We know this because Thor was able to battle the World Serpent, and in doing so accidentally cracked the World Tree, which contains infinite amount of transcending time-space branches, which is pretty insane. And he didn't even mean to do that. It was like backlash from doing so. By the way, I have a Thor versus Beerus video dropping in the next couple days. Make sure to tune in for that as well. Smash the like button if you're excited for that. But scaling to beings like this and being able to go toe-to-toe with them in pure strength, he easily has 5D to 5D plus attack potency. If you want to try to get him to outer versal, there are some arguments. For example, he can go beyond the script itself. He can go beyond the story, all narratives, dimensions, all that. According to some statements, he's killed the game author before, and he has statements in the game and dialogue that makes crossovers like with Mortal Kombat canon, which is pretty crazy and does a lot for his power level. However, we're going to be sticking with the more classic like 5D, 5D plus for the sake of the video. Now, with those capabilities, he also has weapons like the Leviathan Axe. This axe scales to the Blades of Chaos, both being able to hurt conceptual beings and beings that scale to and above 5D, which is pretty impressive, as well as they can do things like freeze opponents and other hacks. On top of this, he has resistances to several hacks and abilities due to the many encounters he had with the gods over the years. On top of this, he has countless experience in combat, fought battles against beings who were fighting before time and space even existed. I mean, Kratos has quite the resume. He's experienced with magic as well, and he still has a sliver of hope remaining in him. And he ends up in Warhammer 40K. What's this beast of a character do here? First off, I don't see this Kratos in his stage of life just immediately seeking combat or anything. He does run the risk of a conceptual power like the power of hope residing within him. It's possible Psychers would detect a power like that. It's possible the Warp would detect that. The Emperor would get involved. Things of this nature puts Kratos at risk of eventual exposure to the rest of the verse. He might have some skirmishes here and there, no doubt, putting down a band of orcs, taking out some space marines if he had to, other creatures, right? But eventually, he would likely be due to encounter one of the stronger powers in the verse. So, what would Kratos be more liable to go the route of? Would he side with mankind, the Imperium, and the Emperor of Mankind? Or would he side with the likes of Chaos and the Warp? What would he do? So, for me, I'm going to pick for this video which side I think he likely would go for. If you guys smash the like goal on this and you let me know in the comment sections you want to see it, I can do a part 2 to this where instead of going the route I picked, he goes the other route. And that'll be the part 2. But getting into this, to be honest, I see Kratos finding the most reasonable method to staying off the madness of the verse being working for someone like Khorne. Khorne, out of all the Chaos Gods, not only is he a powerhouse, the god of war and blood and all that shit, he's someone whose contracts and service of individuals below him and under him, they're a lot more simple and standard. Like, they're a lot easier to understand. They're a lot less tricky. Kratos comes from a background of gods trying to constantly trick him. This is why I think he would go with the most reasonable slash understanding slash, easiest to interpret deal on the table, which would probably be Khorne. Yo, come shed some blood for me. Battle other creatures of chaos if need be. Battle mankind. Do so in my name and you'll be good. Like, I'll help you out, give you power and stuff. This would make Kratos instantly a threat to a lot of characters. The reasoning for this is he is a character obviously built for carnage and battlefield bloodshed if need be. If he goes forth in the name of Khorne, his battles, him being a target of battles, will likely lead to his hacks being amped by Khorne, and his hacks are already impressive, as well as his resistances. His willpower, determination, skill, abilities, and different weapons as well will lead to dominance on the battlefield. If he hangs out in the warp, battles other Chaos Gods denizens, I feel like he would be highly successful, pushing a lot of them back. No doubt he will be dispatched to reality, battling the likes of Space Marines and their contingencies. I could see him having a legacy akin to Kharn the Betrayer. This would be a Kratos heavily amped by the power of chaos, the power of Khorne, who might very well become more and more induced into his old ability to kind of seek into just bloodshed and warfare, given he's not bound by like the moral ties of his family from back home. Here, he's gonna realize after a while that like he's in an environment where being peaceful, going back to the kind roots he was trying to establish after having his kid and such, that's not going to cut it here. This has to be a Kratos that's ruthless and willing to get the job done if he wants to survive and prosper. Taking the route as an avatar or servant of Khorne, I see him having a pretty decent relationship with the Chaos God, especially given his win ratio is likely going to be crazy. And I can see him taking on Primarchs and even potentially being a threat to the Emperor of Mankind, although I do feel like the Emperor, upon seeing someone like Kratos entering the scene, would likely begin preparing his Primarchs, other defenses for the likes of Kratos, and I do think in a one-on-one, even being a avatar of Khorne, I feel like the Emperor would find a way to take down this Kratos. So I don't see him taking down the Emperor. However, he would leave quite a stain on the universe and the servants of the Blood God, as I do believe Kratos would align most likely with this Chaos God, as he is a character with plenty of history and bloodshed, and overall would make a huge impact on Warhammer 40K, given his abilities, capabilities, and all likelihood who he would align with. But anyways, guys, let me know what you think in the comment section down below. What do you think would happen to Kratos in Warhammer 40K? Do you agree he would actually probably align with the Chaos God and would likely pick Khorne? Or do you think he would go the other route, the Imperium of Man, and join them? Or perhaps another faction? Warhammer experts, let me know in the comment section down below. Again, I'm just learning the verse and I'm having a blast, so there may be things I'm learning from you guys in the comment section. As well as, if you know a lot about Warhammer, go ahead and join my server. I would love to talk to you, hang out. We have plenty of Warhammer section in there as well. Thank you guys so much for the love and support. Check out my other content. Make sure to like, subscribe, turn notifications on, all that. We're on the road to 30K. Love everyone showing the support, and I will see y'all later. Peace.